Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Influence Me. Today, we have another special guest. He is a entrepreneur in the food industry. And con ustedes, Tacos El Gueraso, guys.
My name is Enrique Calderon. For those of you guys that don't know, I am the owner of Tacos El Gueraso. We do catering. If you guys are not aware of this, we cater for a lot of influencers, a lot of YouTubers and whatnot. And we also cater for anyone else, just in case for those people that ask, hey, do you only cater for influencers? Now we cater for the whole world.
Todos
we go
parejos,
everywhere.
yeah.
We're parejos with the whole world. We'll go to Alaska if you want us to. We'll go to Europe. We'll go to China. Wherever
Mexico.
you want Tacos El Gueraso, we'll be there. We'll even go to Mexico, bro, where the tacos are originally from. I'll make it happen, bro. I'll show you guys what Tacos El Gueraso is out there in Mexico, too.
That's what's up. Thanks for coming, bro. I appreciate you being here, taking time out of your day to, come and talk to us about, your success and what's it taken to get to where you're at,
Yeah, man.
A lot of people, again, like this show is mostly for entrepreneurs, obviously, and people that have dreams that, they want to pursue. So I'm curious and I'm excited to know how everything started. So if you want, let's go back to the beginning and explain how you got into the food industry. Was it the first, entrepreneur thing that you got into, or was there other things that you got into first before tacos?
Yeah, so pretty much, bro. I mean, I grew up in a business family in a sense. I grew up, my dad has his own business growing up. My mom has her own business as well. Well, she had her own business in a sense. The food industry has always been in my family, at least in my mom's side of the family. So growing up, bro, I grew up in the food industry, and then my dad, what he does, he's a contract driver for like a furniture company. So he does mudanzas, he does all that, right? Okay. So how I grew up in both of those industries in a sense. So growing up, you as at least in my Hispanic culture, in my Hispanic household, you sometimes kind of follow your parents' dreams in a sense. You kind of follow your own if you want to. Sometimes if your dad has a business, he expects you to take over his business. By the time he reaches a certain age. So it kind of happened like that in a sense, but at the same time, I ended up growing the love for the food. So I had like an option, or I choose my dad's business type of thing, or I choose the food industry. And I like the food industry more, at least because how I grew up in it is the fact that it was all my cousins, it was all my family together, we'll work together. Okay. So I seen it more of a happy environment, more of a fun, exactly. It was more of a fun environment. I like dealing with people. In high school, I was actually in the entrepreneur class. That was one of my electives, actually. At that point, the food wasn't really my go-to. It wasn't really what I wanted to. The way I decided to make that happen was, a little bit after I graduated high school, which I'll get to that point. But at the beginning, bro, I was more about, I wanted to for sure have a business. I always wanted to be a business. I've always wanted to be a boss. There's been a few things that have happened, growing up that I always said, I'm not going to ever let someone be my boss. Right. One of those things, and I always say this, one of those things I remember I was, like 6, 7 years old. I don't really remember exactly my age, but, my mom, she before she got into the food business, she was in the medical field. And I remember my mom used to take us to her office, to her medical office, because there was a specific day that they wouldn't open to everybody. Right. So I would be there. My mom would take us in, me and my brother and whatnot. Long story short, bro, I remember my mom getting fired. She got fired. Obviously, us being kids, we don't know exactly what's going on. We're kind of. Wait,
you were there?
I was there. Oh, yeah, shit! So we were actually. I remember from what I kind of remember, we were already in the car, and next thing you know, bro, my mom's walking down the elevator, whatever. She's coming out of the stairs. I remember this. I was in the car, and she's coming with like her boxes. Oh. So as a kid, you're kind of like thinking like what's going on? You see my mom. I see my mom crying. She's always not gonna tell her, oh, I got fired. Because we're little kids, bro. Yeah. We don't know what's going on. But that was one of the things that I kind of, obviously with the time, I got to remember and I got to see. And I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm never going to get to that point. I'm never going to get fired, bro. That was one of the times, and I was a kid, bro. I was like, I'm going to make sure to become my own boss. Because I will not want to go through what my mom went through. Yeah. I want to make sure that, I'm not trying to say I'm going to be the one to fire people, because I will not want to do that either. But I don't want to be the one to get fired. Yeah, yeah. So since I was a kid, man, I seen like, bro, I want to be an entrepreneur. Obviously at that point, I didn't see it as an entrepreneur because I possibly didn't know what that word meant when I was a kid. But I always knew I had it in me that I always wanted to be someone big. I always wanted to do something big and actually make it happen. But in high school, like I said, I was in an entrepreneur class. At that time, I had started a clothing line with a few of my friends. It kind of didn't pull through. But I always knew I wanted to do something with sales. I love selling, bro. Like, I'm a salesperson. I'm a people's person. I love to talk to people. I like to cotorrear with people. I like to, if we're selling in the streets or whatever, I know how to call in people. I've always had that in me. I've always liked it because I grew up doing that. Like I said, I grew up, with my food family, with my mom's side of the family, selling food. And what we would actually do, we would do events, not caterings, how I do it, but they'll do more like city events. They'll do like fairs.
Oh, okay.
They'll do, like Pop Warner games and stuff like that. So you had to approach people.
How old were you at that time?
I started working like when I was like 11.
Okay.
So we all kind of like grew into it. It was kind of more like
you had to fucking do it basically.
Yeah, because either, like I said, either you go work with your dad on the weekends or you go work with your mom on the weekends, or you stay home. Obviously, they're not gonna let us stay home. So we had a choice. Like, you had to carry heavy ass muebles with my dad, or you go and fucking serve food. It was more fun. So,
like, I'm have something to
exactly. Eat. So I mean, and then not just that. Top it off. I was with my cousins all the time. So it was more of a. I seen it more as a. Not a getaway, but it was more fun.
It was a place to kick it
exactly.
And to, just chill.
And you got to learn experiences. Yeah. So like I said, I got to choose. So, whether I chose what my dad does or my mom does. So I stuck around more with the food family again. I was more with my family. But yeah, fresh out of high school, I'm going to be honest. When I got out of high school, when I first started, like I said, I always wanted to do something with a business. But when I seen that my clothing line wasn't going so well, because, I kind of took it more serious than others.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, dude, like, what am I going to do? I did have a regular job. I went straight into a warehouse job. Even though I was working with my family on the weekends, because it was like more of a weekend thing. I would have my Monday to Friday regular warehouse job, getting paid minimum wage and stuff.
But in the back of your mind, you still had that
wanted something. Exactly. Right. And I actually wasn't supposed to graduate from high school. So it was kind of like, I really didn't know what to do after high school. Cause as a regular mentality, you're looking at it, you graduate high school and you go straight to college.
Right.
And you chase a career.
Right.
So I didn't have that, what do I really want to do career type of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cause I wasn't supposed to graduate. The way my grades were going, it's funny, I actually found out I was going to graduate like a day or two before, or the day of my graduation. Like so I wasn't even supposed to. So I didn't plan college. I didn't plan, I'm going to be a cop, I'm going to be a fireman. I didn't plan none of that because, me thinking, not having a graduate diploma, I wasn't going to be able to college. That was my mentality in a sense.
Right.
So I never really got to feel I was going to chase a career. So I kind of like went into that stage where, too bad, I'm already here. Like, I got to just work a minimum wage job.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I would work with my family as well, but it was more on the weekend thing. It wasn't really through a weekday. So I needed like to make some type of money, So one of the other times I would just think and overthink, like, what am I going to do in my life? One of those other times that it hit me strong was one time, bro. I remember I was working at this warehouse job, as I mentioned, and it was a 9-to-5 job, bro, 40 hours a week. I think then minimum was possibly about $8 or $9 an hour. I don't know. I think more or less. I'm talking about back in 2011. And I come home, bro. I get my check on that Friday, and I was working off of the staffing. It was a staffing company.
Okay.
I look at my check, bro, and I see $180 check.
No mames.
After working 40 hours, bro, at a warehouse, breaking my back, But of course, I didn't want to go do what my dad was doing, bro, because I was like, hell no, bro. You have to. My dad's business is wild. Yeah. So, anyways, so I'm like, fuck. And I look at the check, bro, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, it was like another life check. One, it was when my mom, I seen her get fired and stuff. Other few things have happened in the past as well that gave me like a life check. But that was one of my official last life checks. Like, I'm like, what am I doing working for somebody? I always told myself I wasn't going to do it. I'm right here breaking my back, bro. I got that check and I ended up quitting, bro. I never went back. Fuck. That Monday came, bro. I didn't come in. They called me. Hey, where are you at? I didn't, and I like, they left me a voicemail. Like, hey, where are you? I didn't answer them. And I just never went back, bro. So, at that point, I decided to, I kind of try to go a little bit more full throttle with my family business. And then that's when I met my wife. And yeah, long story short, bro, I met my wife. We had our kids and everything. We had our daughter, then we had my son. And at those moments, I was still kind of working for my family and then doing other little things and whatnot. And it got to the point, bro, when I always tell my wife, I want to open up my business. I want to open up a business. I want to open up a business. And that's one thing that I've always appreciated, the fact that my wife has always been my backbone. She's always been my main support. And she would always say, yeah, let's do it. But I will still be like, but what do I really want to do? So I always had something to do. Like I said, it's either I chase my dad's or I chase my mom's, or I try to figure out what I get into. And I don't know, like I said, I grew love into the food business. And one time I was just sitting down and I was like, what do I know what to do? Like, what can I bring to this world? Like, what could I, bring out?
Create.
Yeah, what can I create? Like, what am I good at? You know? Like, and I sat down, bro. I remember having that conversation by myself. Like, and it came down to like the food business. Like, I've been in this forever. Like, why not? You know? And yeah, bro, one time I told my wife, I'm like, let's do it. And then she was like, and then we were kind of like, still kind of like overthink it. And one time my wife, she just said, you know what? We're going to start your food business. And it just started like that, bro. Like, it was like it was like a moment from one moment to another. That's when Tacos El Gueraso started. And this was back in 2015. So that was in 2015. And the way it started.
So how did you come up with the name? How was that?
Well, so like I said, like, I mean, throughout the time, I would think like, what should I do if it was that, what if I start a food business? Tacos El Gueraso, the way it started, I think because Güero, I'm white, so, Güero. And I don't know, one day I would just say Gueraso, like, because I was always like on the bigger side, I've always been bigger than what I'm supposed to be. So Gueraso, I see it more like a Gueraso, like you're bigger, like a white, like a big white boy, like I say like Gueraso, like not Güerito, now, So I'm a Gueraso. So that's how I kind of came up with Tacos El Gueraso and at that point. And so I already had the name, throughout the time. I had already kind of like thought about it of how, if I was to start a food business, because, you have to come up with a name. Like, you have to be like, oh, I'm not going to just go out there and just, start like that. So, if the food business was one of the options that I was going to go ahead and chase, Tacos El Gueraso was the name that I chose. So one time at that, before I actually started my business, I had, a regular job as well. I used to actually serve subpoenas. I don't know if you know what those are, but when, know, like, so pretty much, have you seen that movie? You got like, what is it called? Like, they come up to you and they're like, you got served. So like, if you get sued and stuff, like I was the one that would come and show up and give you your paper. Yeah, what is it? Pineapple Express, right? Yeah. So you're like, I'll be like, you got served and shit. So I used to knock on people's doors and everything.
Fuck.
So I used to, bro. So I used to do that for a while because, I had a family by then, but I still wanted a business, you know? Right. I still had that mentality like, damn, bro, why am I still working for somebody? I really want to get to it, bro. Because, at that time I was... Shoot, I'm 28 now. This was in 2015.
You're 28 right now?
I'm 28, bro.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so, in 20... So, what was that? I started in 2015. So, that was what, like 7 years ago? 7 years ago? So, how old was I? Like 20, 21?
21.
Yeah, like 21. And I'm like, bro, like even right now, I'm like, I'm about to be 30. What have I accomplished? So, at that time, I'm like, I'm already 21. What have I accomplished in life? And then, so I was still kind of like thinking like, bro, I got to make something happen. And then one time I was driving back. I remember I was coming back from downtown because I used to serve a lot in the downtown area. All the lawyer offices are there and whatnot. So I was driving down Olympic, from downtown going into Boyle Heights. My wife calls me, bro. She loves thrift shopping. So there's a thrift store around the corner right there by Olympic. And I told my wife, hey, babe, I'm on my way back. She's like, oh, can you meet me at the thrift store? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, cool. So it happens to be that my wife shows up to this thrift store, bro, and her friend, they have like a little hot dog cart. I don't know if you've been to downtown, but they have like those hot dog carts. Yeah. Okay, well, her friend happens to be working at that hot dog cart that day. And my wife gets off and they start talking. Oh, yeah, oh, wow, you work here? She's like, yeah, this is my uncle's spot, this and that. They were just talking. And then she's like, how long have you been here for? Because I haven't seen you. Because my wife would go always to that thrift store. Like, oh, well, we recently just started. We have about a week and a half here, this and that. She's like, oh, that's crazy. She's like, my husband has always wanted to do, open up a taco business, or he's always wanted to do something with the food. And then the friend was like, well, guess what? She's like, I don't know if you guys are interested, but my uncle only uses this truck in the morning time. So by 3 p.m., he's done because he has another business and he cannot work it in the nighttime. And she was like, my uncle actually is looking for someone to rent the lunch truck to. And she was like, but it would be from like 5 and on to whatever time you want, as long as the lunch truck is back in our shop by 7 a.m. and cleaned and everything. So my wife got excited. She calls me, bro. Like, I'm telling you, I'm already driving to her. Baby, guess what? How far are you? I'm like, whatever, 5-10 minutes away. Oh, guess what, babe? This and this, I seen such and such person, and they're saying that their uncle wants to go ahead and rent the lunch truck and this and that. Are you interested? They're only going to charge it. At that point, they were like, I think it was $800. But I mean, to me, bro, that's a lot of money, bro. At that point, I'm like, bro, that's a lot of money, bro. Like, I'm like, how am I going to be able to pay $800?
A day, like, per rent?
No, it was going to be a month. Okay. But I mean, back in the day, bro.
Yeah. It's
you having a regular minimum wage, and if you're going to work it, and it's kind of like are you going to actually make the money or not type of thing.
Yeah.
And I got kind of nervous, but, because I'm someone that I have a lot of vision. Bro. But my wife has always been my backbone to actually push me to chase my vision. Does that make sense? I'm like, I'll make like the step and the line is here, but my wife will like kind of like come and push me to actually pass the line. Yeah. So she's like, come on. Exactly. So I show up and we talk about it and everything. And long story short, bro, I get convinced. I'm like, too bad. I've been wanting this. I need to make it happen.
Yeah.
And long story short, bro, we started like that. And I remember our grand opening day was March 1st, 2015. So, it's about to be 7 years in March. And we ended up doing it. We did the paperwork with the guy. And at that point, my job, how I would work, serving the subpoenas, bro, they'll give me like a schedule. And I had to serve X amount of subpoenas by the end of the day, as long as I did it by the end of the day. And if I finished at 12, 1, 2,
you're good.
I'm good. I still get paid my 8 hours as long as I do my work. So that was the benefit of that job, So I felt like everything was already getting put together, because if you really have a regular warehouse job, you're really off at 5. Or at 5:30. You're not off earlier.
Right.
It's your work, your whole hours till you clock in, till you clock out. So at that point, the puzzles were already getting put together. So, yeah, we ended up going with it, bro. We ended up starting with that little lunch truck. They're called hot dog carts, and that's how Tacos El Gueraso started, bro. We started working on making flyers. We're in East LA, so we were literally walk the whole Whittier Boulevard. Whittier Boulevard is like a big street in East LA where, people do cruising. There's a lot of shopping going on right there. So we literally walked from my house, which is Whittier and Garfield, all the way to Whittier and Arizona, where it's like the Whittier Boulevard Arch. It's a very famous historic spot in East LA. And just passing out flyers, bro. Just passing out flyers.
So you're hustling.
Yeah, we were hustling, bro. And we opened up March 1st, 2015. At that point, I was still not doing catering. It was just, my plan was just to do like a taco stand and stuff. And long story short, bro, we went at it for like 2 months. 2 months. And it didn't work out. Because, it was kind of hard, the fact that I would sell from like 5 to 11, and the lunch truck had to be at the guy's spot. It just became a little hassle between both of us, And I was like, you know what, this is not working out. Like, it's not working out because, sometimes he'll leave it dirty for me, or I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna play the victim. I'll leave it dirty too.
Like, shit, I'm tired of fucking
bro.
shit.
I wasn't used to it, bro. It was just me and my wife, you know. And at that time, we already had our kids and everything, so it was like literally just me and her breaking our back together. So at that point, I tell my wife, I'm like, you know what, babe? Like, this is not going to work out. I'm like, too bad. I'll just give the lunch truck back to the guy. The good thing was like a month-to-month thing. So it wasn't like a contract that I had to be there for, a year at least. No, it was like a month-to-month thing. And that happened. And we gave the lunch truck back to the guy. At that point, I still had my 9-to-5 job, my regular, I was serving subpoenas, bro. I was still showing up people, suing people and shit. I was like, still serving, still telling them you got served.
How was that? Like, was that like fucking trippy for the people that were like?
It was, bro. There's a few stories with that too, bro. Like some of them were, it was more easier because sometimes there were medical fields. So there was medical offices. So it was a little bit, they're already used to getting sued all the time. But when I would have to go to people's houses, bro, now that was a problem, bro. I have a few stories to tell about those stuff. That'll be for the next episode. That'll be for the next season. But yeah, bro. So I was like, too bad. I'll just keep on doing this. But I had already started the business. I already had the logo created. I already had business cards created. We already had practically everything, So we had already started. So it's like, what can you do at that point? Either you just throw it all away or you keep on moving forward.
Right.
And no sé, I don't know how I started con la loquera de let's just do catering. but we didn't have money because we had put in all our money into that lunch truck, you know. And we had like at that point again we were kind of like broke, you know, we were living our check to check life. And around that time, we had gone to the Paramount Swap Meet. We had gone to Paramount Swap Meet on a Sunday, and I'm walking around and I see that they're selling grills and stuff. Like there's a guy that was selling grills, planchas, and everything. And I actually have the picture on my phone, bro, when I actually bought the grill. And I even posted it on my Instagram that I have the date.
We'll post it right here.
Yeah. Too. So, we're walking around and I'm looking at the planches and I guess my wife sees me, bro. Like, again, I'm the type of person, bro, that I want to do it, but I kind of still double think, you know? And my wife's like, how much money do you have? And I'm like, well, I have the rent money. I have the rent money. And she was like, well, just pay it. It was like the beginning of the month, bro. So, it was about to be... So we had already paid our rent for that month, but you know, I'm the type of person, bro, that I advance right what I have to pay for the next month.
Right.
So, you know, this week I have my, you know, rent's coming up in 2 weeks right now. So I already have my rent money for my 2 weeks, just in case something happens this week or whatever. I already have my rent ready to pay. Yeah. You know, because those are the main bills. So I already have it was like the middle of the month, you know, I already have my rent money for the following month. And I'm just like, and then when I heard her say, how much money do you have? And I said, my rent money. I just see her looking at the plancha. And I already see her head thinking like, bro, she's going to tell me to use the fucking rent money, bro. But me as a man, I'm like, what happens if I don't make it? Again, I live check by check.
Yeah.
Buy it with the rent money. Like, bro, but I mean, at that point, the grill was like $450, bro. I mean, you know, it was cheaper then. And it came with the little dishes and everything, bro. And I was like, babe, I'm like, fuck it, let's do it, bro. I went for it. She pushed me to do it. I got the plancha, bro. And then we kind of got started. Like, what should we do? We're like, well, we could start selling outside of our house, and then you know we could start promoting it for catering and this and that.
At this point, you guys no social media, no
social media. Social media was kind of like not cracking back then. 2015, bro. People were barely like even on Instagram, bro. I mean, it was popping, but I believe Instagram came up in 2010, 2009 or 2011. So social media was like there was no such thing as influencers then. Right. If I'm not mistaken, 2015, that's when influencers kind of barely started like getting known. I remember at that time, like around 2016, I believe it was like when I even know who Jenny 69 was at that point. She was kind of like people were getting known because their makeup and this and that. And so, you know, social media wasn't a big thing. Branding yourself 100% wasn't a big thing. Yeah. You know, like you didn't have wrapped up cars. You didn't have wrapped up grills. You didn't have manteles with your logos, bro. You would use the regular chafa-ass manteles from the 99 or go to downtown and buy a piece of tela type of thing. Long story short, that's how we started, bro. We ended up getting business cards. You know, back then, business cards were like $1,000 for like $40, I believe. I don't remember. Like, anyway, so we knew some guy that had the business cards. Long story short, bro, we ended up getting these business cards, and we were like, well, let's just start promoting it for catering. So, you know, I'm a big believer in God. I believe that if you place whatever you want to do in God's hands, it will happen. And, you know, I believe that if God is your foundation, anything around it is possible. Right. And that's one thing I always tell people. If people ask me, how do I do it? Number one is God. Always. At least in my belief. I believe that God, if it's not without God, bro, you're not going to make it to anywhere. You're not going to do nothing. Again, that's my belief. You know, and people ask me, hey, bro, how did you do it? God. Number one, always put God number one first. So we grabbed these business cards, bro. Again, remember, I had already paid my rent money, bro. I had used my rent money to go ahead and buy this grill. 2 weeks in, we make business cards. $40. I'm like, well, too bad. I already spent money on the grill, bro. Might as well buy some business cards, you know? So we got the business cards, bro. At that time, we were going to this Bible study garage. The people, this pastor used to have a Bible study in his garage, and we tell the pastor, hey, pastor, you know what? We're planning on starting catering. We bought the business cards. Like, you know, we want to pray over them. And, you know, he preached about it a little bit. That's dope. You know what? You need to make sure you put God first. At that time, again, Instagram wasn't like 100%. I mean, social media wasn't 100%, but, you know, you could still like promote to at least your friends and everything. Right. You know what? Actually, you know what? I actually promoted more on OfferUp at that time than actually Instagram or Facebook. Damn. I actually started in OfferUp. promoting my taquizas on OfferUp. Anyway, so the pastor prayed over the business cards, bro. We prayed over the business cards. I'm not lying to you, bro. The next day, I don't know how, I had barely posted the grill on Instagram. I had promoted here and there the little business cards and this and that. The next day, bro, I get like 5 or 6 different calls.
Damn.
From the randomest people that I don't even know how they heard from me, and they end up booking. So
Damn.
I ended up obviously charging them a deposit, bro. I made my rent money back, and I had my rent money ready to go for the following month.
That's fucking crazy.
When I seen that, I'm like, this is a miracle, bro. I'm like, this is God.
Yeah.
I'm like, this here is God. And
Proof.
that's to prove that God is really in control of what we were going to do. And from that moment on, bro, I just felt peace. Like, I felt so much peace. Both me and my wife, we felt so much peace, bro. And from that moment, we just
but props to your wife too, because I mean, she also, like you're saying, like you put things out there, but then she like pushes you. That means a lot to have someone that on your side, that pushes you and helps you take risk. Because at the end of the day, like you're saying, we're guys and we have to come up with the money of the rent and all that stuff. But for someone to be by your side and push you, that's fucking dope.
And that's one thing I always tell people, bro. Like, number one is always God. Number two is, if you have the right person by your side, bro, take advantage of that person. Not take advantage of that person, but take advantage of the situation.
Be grateful.
Exactly. Because I know people, bro, that they want to chase their dream, man, and their spouses are like, no, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. And they don't end up chasing it because if your wife is not happy or your partner is not happy with what you're doing, bro, it sucks to say, bro, but it's going to be very hard to be successful. It's possible, to an extent, be a fucked up ass but it's going to be hard, bro. It's not going to be an easy route because I've seen it happen with my own eyes. I have homies that go through that and it's like, damn, bro, my bad, my bad, you can't chase your dream, dog. Like, I wish my wife had more sisters that I can, help you out, dog, but I can't, bro. And it sucks, bro. But yeah, that's one thing I've always been grateful with my wife. She has always helped me push through. Always, bro. She's always been my number one support. Yeah, nos agarramos del chongo, and there's times, bro, where we're like, we don't want to be with each other no more. And shit. Like, you do your thing.
Yeah.
But hey,
normal
bro, at the end of the day, it's part of marriage,
Right.
Yeah, my wife, bro, number one support right there. And yeah, man, that's how Tacos El Gueraso started. That's a little bit of my backstory before I actually started Tacos El Gueraso. How I actually, I've always wanted something. And I worked. I started from the bottom like everyone else. I didn't start. One time I seen a story or something that with Donald Trump's like, yeah, my dad let me borrow $250,000. I didn't have that, bro. I didn't have $250,000 to start a business, bro. It was just me, my wife, and our money, whatever we had, I started off from a Monday to Friday job, a check to check job, bro. I came out of EBT, bro. Like, we had EBT, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and deny it. There was a point where even EBT, bro, like, it sounds funny, bro, but I would even sometimes use my EBT card to pay for the produce, bro, like for the taquizas, bro, like, I used EBT for a while, we needed that help, bro. And the moment Tacos El Gueraso was able to pay for itself, bro, we stopped using the EBT card, bro. But it happens, bro. I started from the bottom. You can't be afraid to start from the bottom.
Hustling.
Now it's a little bit more different, I would say. I don't know. I haven't really invested. Like, I didn't start my business now, so I don't know how it is now. But before we literally started with a total, including everything that we bought, bro. Excuse me. We possibly spent about $800. Excuse me. Including the grill. I started with a cheap grill. In fact, I actually, it was not as cheap. This cheap, bro. It's from quality to quality. You could go to downtown LA, bro, and buy a $200 grill. Las 2 semanas, the parrillas like lifting.
So it matters.
Up. It matters. So the grill, in fact, I still have my first grill. And I actually want to go ahead and have it as a wall of fame when I open up my first restaurant.
That's fucking dope.
Like, it's all rusted. It's all beat up. It's in the storage, bro. I don't get rid of it. Exactly 100% in its pieces. And I actually want to put it as a wall of fame for my first, when I open up my first restaurant. Hopefully I have a space where I could put it, and I would be like, this is how it all started,
Right.
I want to make it look sick. But yeah, like I said, at that point, we wanted to also start selling outside of our house. We had already kind of like, started that whole selling thing, and catering was more like on the weekends, because I only worked from Monday to Friday, so I had the weekends off, so I was able to, make it happen. When I first started the catering, at the beginning, it wasn't that many caterings. I'll probably have one every other week or every other 2 weeks. In fact, I actually have a picture of my first bookings because I used to write them down in a book. I don't know, I misplaced that book, but I have all the bookings, my first bookings, bro, of all the first taquizas that I have. I actually have that picture crazy. As well. And yeah, that's how Tacos El Gueraso started. You know, when I first started, you know, what I tell people is you can't be afraid because you don't have the money for it.
Right.
I got to learn that from my own personal experience because I was afraid, you know. It's okay to be afraid, but don't let the fear kill you or get to you, you know, because I was able to outcome that.
Right.
Now, people ask me, yeah, I was afraid at the beginning, but I try to show people that it's okay it's okay to be afraid, but it's okay to be afraid. Yeah, exactly. But keep on pushing. Don't quit. Don't give up because of the fear.
Yeah.
You know, because when I do my testimonies, I talk about what happened with my personal testimony, right. You know, because I can't say, oh, Adrian did it like this. That's how Adrian did it. You know,
everyone has their own way. Everyone has their own way.
Exactly. And, you know, we started with just $800. You know, and at that time, you know, if someone would book, I mean, I would ask for the money. At the beginning, it was all loss, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll make up for whatever I would have to invest. But, hey, yeah, well, pay me, you know, half of the taquiza, and I'll go buy, you know, when I have the EBT card, I'll go buy with that same money, you know?
It's cool that you say that, though, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that maybe sometimes feel guilty that they're using that card for obviously their business. Yeah. But I mean, we have to hustle.
Hey, bro, you have to do what you gotta do, dog. Like, I mean, I don't want no one to come and judge me, bro. Yeah. Hey, I had no money, bro. Like,
feed your kids, bro.
No, I mean, shit, I did feed I want to clarify that. I did feed my kids. My kids had food, and whatever was left over, I would use it.
They those hot pockets.
Yeah, even with the tortillas, dog. Even the tortilla spot that I used to buy the tortillas from, because it's right there in East LA, bro. They even accepted EBT, dog. I used to buy the tortillas with the EBT. And I wouldn't spend that much, bro, because it was just one taquiza, you know. I'll get a little bag of tomates, tomatillos, the basic, but it was just for the salad. I probably would have used no more than like $50, you know. Yeah. But I mean, it was something, though, you know. But yeah, man. You know, when I started, you know, we didn't find excuses, bro. The rest of our stuff, in fact, how we used to put our salsas, bro, we got those trays from the 99-cent store. So we started off with, I'm telling you, we didn't spend more than $800, including business cards. The manteles, bro, I would buy a new mantel every week because I would get them from the 99-cent store, bro. They were like the little plastic ones, the one that when you were little, you used to put like a hole in it and shit while you're sitting down in the table, bro. There was even times where I wouldn't even take a mantel. You know, because I didn't have that extra dollar to spend, bro. Yeah. Like I have pictures of everything, bro, how I started, because it's all on my Instagram. If people want to search me up on Instagram, you go all the way to the bottom, you can see everything, because that's how it was at that point. And I mean, you know, we went from there, and little by little, you know, one thing about me, like I said in the beginning, is I've always been a people's person. I've always known how to interact with my people. So even before I started working with all these influencers, I already had my own little crowd. And
that's what I was gonna ask you. How did he go from just doing catering in the weekends? Like, was there a blow up for you, or was there just kind of slowly but, you know, surely growing as
it was growing surely, but like, you know, it was going. Like I said, I always had my own little clientele, because I don't know if you see, but I always do my equipo videos.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I've always done it way even before I started working for him.
Oh, okay.
Like, what's up, guys? I'm on my way to Downey, California.
Oh, that's dope.
I'm about to do this taquiza. So people, in fact, I even had people book me just because of what I would, like, just because of me.
Your vibe, yeah.
Like, they would even, like, there's this guy, bro, even till now I have his contact. He literally books me, bro, just to book me. Like, literally, his people are just having fun. Hey, wait, I want some tacos for you. He has a rancho in Riverside. He's like, hey, wait, soy el vato del rancho de Riverside. And he thinks I'm going to forget about him. I'm never going to forget about him, because I knew, he told me, hey, wait, you know what, dog? I booked you because of who you are. I don't even have a party going on, bro. Like, just come, fool. Like, I want to have you here at my house. And, you know, so I was building that. People will support me. That was from 2015 to 2019. Like, you know, I was already building my client. You know, at that time, Instagram, well, obviously was cracking. It was getting more known. At that time, I didn't want to be, that's when I figured out, like, okay, people are supporting me. What's going to make me different from all these other people?
So did you create a strategy?
Yeah, exactly. So that's when we started branding ourselves.
Okay.
We didn't start branding everything at that point. We first started with our shirts. You know, we started with shirts, and then at that time, my girls were still regular silver. You know, they weren't even black. All my girls are black now. My manteles, now I have about nicer manteles, bro. Like, they were the tela, you know, from downtown. You rewash them and everything. They didn't have my logo at that point either. But the only thing that was branding me was my shirts. You know, like, you know, we'll take a uniform.
Okay.
And one thing I would do before, which again, I have all those pictures on my Instagram. You know, do you guys remember when the selfie sticks came out? Okay, so I would grab the selfie stick, bro, and I would literally take the selfie stick and take a picture with the whole party. And I'll post that on my picture. I'll post that on my stories. I mean, on my main page.
So you started with that marketing.
I started doing stuff that not anyone would do.
Right.
I'll do selfies with the whole party. I'll do those videos. I'll talk with the clients. I'll take pictures with the clients. You know, I'll do whatever it took to get me out there, and people be like, "Oh shit, look what this taquero does. Look what this person does."
Separating yourself from the other companies.
Because you have to do yourself. You have to do that. You have to get out of the circle. You have to get out of the bubble. You have to think outside of the box. Yeah. Because now you're just a regular ass taquero.
And that's one of the things that I, even for my company, like I'm a videographer. I go work with influencers. I go work with regular clients. I go work with, companies. But I also try to separate myself from the videography or just the videographer. I want them to know me as a person. I want them to know me as, he's a cool dude. Yeah. Right. And that's something that I noticed that a lot of people hire you for is that you have good vibes. You have like a good, way of treating them and way of catering to them. And that's the reason why I feel that it's been going super well for you.
Yeah. You have to learn to build those relationships with those people. You have to, bro. If you don't build a relationship with your client, bro, I mean, it sucks, bro. You're not going to get nowhere. They're just, okay, we book you today. Bye, that's it. Yeah. Here and there, bro, the influencers that I cater for here and there, I'll be like, hey, what's up, man? How you been, bro? Let me know, dog. If you need a taquero, you already know, count with me. You have to keep that bond going. Right. People are going to forget, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot
People
of...
People are going to forget. Yeah. Like one time I told my wife, I'm like, damn, babe, how come this ex and next person haven't hit me up? That I do. They're like, you're not on their mind 24/7. Yeah. Like you're not on their mind. Like, they're like, I wonder what Gueraso's doing today. No, you have to push that. Right. You have to keep that relationship. Right. And I tend, and you said it, you've seen it. I keep that relationship with the people. I give them that vibe to those people so they could keep on supporting me. And again, from 2015, it was just me. Our hard work, our hard dedication. No influencers, no nothing. I'm forever going to be 100% grateful. Until this day, I have that relationship with them. I'm always going to be 100% grateful with Chiquis, bro. Chiqui Rivera, that was my first big person ever.
Oh, shit.
In fact, we didn't even know that we were actually going to cater for her wedding when it was her wedding.
Oh, it was her wedding?
It was her wedding. So we didn't even know, dog. All right, people hit
me
like...
fucking start.
Her personal assistant hit me up. Like, hey, you know what? I work for Chiqui Rivera. She's like, I'm interested in a quote. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. I didn't even know it was a wedding till I got to the wedding or the day before the wedding, something like that, bro. But that's when we blew up. That's when we, like I said, we did our hard work and dedication, 2015, 2019, and that wedding just bursted, bro. It just bursted. And everyone was like, oh, es el taquero de Chiquis, el taquero de Chiquis, el taquero de la boda de Chiquis. Shit. And people were like, hey, I want to book you because you're Chiquis taquero. Yeah. Let's do it. And I'll start booking. And I met different influencers at that party. I remember I met Elegance.
Elegancia Events.
Yeah, Jose Luis. I met him that day.
Shout out to Jose Luis. Yeah, he was actually the guy that put me on to Brianna, the twins.
Yeah, bro. So Jose Luis has always been one of my number one supporters, bro. To this day, he books me, bro. Like, to this day, he books me. I met a few influencers at that party. At that point, I kind of didn't know who was who, but I kind of started knowing. And yeah, people from there, influencers started messaging me. And then, from this influencer, this guy, influencer found out that I met this person, hey, let me know when you need a taquero. Let me know when you didn't need that. And, one thing I do got to tell people, and some people see it as a good thing, some people see it as a bad thing. Sometimes, bro, you have to know how you have to lose money to make money. Right. You get what I mean?
Explain that, because I know what you're trying. I know where you're going with this, and that's something that a lot of people need to know.
Like, a lot of people bash on me, or people have bashed on me. People, and there's always the haters. Yeah. Always the haters. Oh, X and X person just books him because he does it for free. Right. His tacos are not even that good. And I'm like, bro, first of all, yeah, I did do it for free at a point. Right. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Right. But it's not really, technically, it's not free. No. Because I'm paying for the product. Right. I'm paying my work, my time being there is not free. Like, and it's like if I was to hit up an influencer and I'll be like, hey, bro, how much would you charge me to put me on your story? They're gonna be like, oh, I'll charge you $500. Right. So those $500 que le desconté is like what he would charge me to put me on the story. Right. So technically, it's not free.
It's an investment. I always look at it as you're investing out of your money, because you make your money. You go to taquizas, you make your money. I go to videography events, I make my money. From that, someone hits me up, an influencer hits me up. I'm like, look, you know what? I'll hook you up. Just let's collab. Let's collab. I look at it as I'm investing that money that they're supposed to pay me from my own pocket, which is not like obviously real money, but I'm going to get that in return with the amount of fucking clients I'm going to get from that post.
And some people are like, oh, just no, bro. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say my tacos are number one, bro. I mean, I'm going to be 100. There's tacos that are probably way more better than mine, but I also know the quality that I get my food, you know, I give for what you pay for.
And that's so dope. That's something that I want to touch on too. Like, because like I say, my videos are not the best. That they're not.
You're always gonna learn.
There's always room for improvement, and that's what's so dope. And that's one of the tips that I would say to everyone out there. Like, don't be so hot-headed with yourself. There's always someone out there that has different ways, and it's not even about being the best. It's just being about it's being different.
Yeah.
There's some people that do tacos different. There's some people that do videography different. So it's just you have to be mindful that there's always room to grow.
Like, one thing I want to go ahead and clarify. I grew up in the food business. We didn't sell tacos in my family's food business. They did bacon wrap hot dogs, they did carne asada fries, they did smoothies, they did funnel cakes. They did. I'm not gonna say they never sold tacos because they did, but it wasn't something we made tacos. I started making tacos on my own.
Right.
Like our sazon came out from us. Like our sazon came out from us. Like I didn't have no one to teach me how to make a taco. To an extent, yes, the guy that started renting me the lunch truck, he kind of like help me out. Hey, you know what? Do this, do that. But there's people that obviously, if their tacos are better for whatever reason, or their sazon is different, because they possibly grew up doing that, Or let's just say me, I'm a taquero for a taqueria, and I end up branching myself out. Right. I already at least had that experience from this taquero, and I got to learn what they do. And now I'm going to place it into mine. Obviously, if I have to change something, I'm going to change it. Right. But that's usually what a lot of happens. So we created our own tacos because, like I said, I wanted to do the food business. I didn't want to do the same thing that my family did.
Right.
So I created my own. I said, you know what? I want to be in the food business, but I want to rather just do tacos. To avoid any conflicts, to avoid anything. I wanted to do my own thing.
Right.
So we literally did it from foundation up. And to this day, bro, I'm learning.
Yeah.
To this day, people think because you're a professional, bro. To this day, I commit mistakes, bro.
Yeah.
To this day, we have things happen every single weekend.
Right.
To this day, I'm learning. In fact, just past weekend, bro, one of my fucking trucks broke down at our shop. Everything was loaded in the truck. Try turning it on, way. La pompa de agua, boom. La tubería todo se quebró, way. Everything ripped.
Damn.
And it's like, bro, what am I going to do? Am I going to call the client and be like, hey, bro, I can't make it? No, I got to figure shit out. At that moment, I started figuring out. Some of my crew was not going to come into like another hour and a half later. Dije, pues hay que subir toda esa camioneta. I'll take you fools, come back. Y así,
Yeah.
Every day is a new experience.
Right.
Every weekend for me, because it's mostly on the weekend, it's a new experience. Now, getting back to how I still, to this day, I started doing more influencers, while the pandemic hit.
That's what I wanted to talk to you. I fucking seen this before you talk about this shit, bro. When I see you doing this shit, I was like, way, no mames, you're a fucking genius for this shit.
So what happened was 2009 hit, the wedding was in June. And so, from June to March, that's when the pandemic, pandemic started. I did a few influencers, a few celebrities. I helped out, I worked for a few people. But that's when the pandemic hit. And, we were stuck. Like, what should we do?
Parties are over.
And parties are over. There's no more parties.
Yeah.
So we started DMing all these influencers. Hey, bro, can I do a drop-off for you? Can I take the food to you? It's going to be enough for 10 or 15 people. A lot of people denied me. Some people are like, hell yeah, bro, let's do it this weekend. Or, hey, you know what, bro? It's my wife's birthday coming up this date. Can you do it for this date? Let's do it. Randomly through the weekdays, I lost. Now again, it comes to the same thing. I lost a lot of money to an extent, but I knew that investment was going to help me out. It might not pay off that moment, but it was going to pay off
eventually.
And
at the same time, you're creating a brand, which is most importantly, because brands live on for like a long time.
Exactly. So yeah, bro, that's another thing. I just started doing all these drop-offs for all these influencers. The party started again. Now they officially started booking me for their actual parties. And that's one thing that I see Tacos El Gueraso. And I say, when I talk to my people, like, what's up, TG fam? I don't say Tacos El Gueraso 100% because TG obviously stands for Tacos El Gueraso, but I want to create a brand. I want to brand myself as TEG. Tacos El Gueraso is one thing, But, you know, we want to start off with opening up a merch. You know, so we're going to call it TEG merch. You know, it's not always going to say Tacos El Gueraso.
Right.
You know, it's going to say TEG or whatever quotes, or it could just say a chow, whatever it is, you know.
Right.
We want to create our brand. We want to brand ourselves 100%.
Right.
Because let's just say que el día de mañana, the tacos don't work out no more.
You still have...
I mean, I'm not going to open up a bookstore, but let's just say I opened a TEG bookstore, you know, you know, or I got a TEG cafe or something, you know.
Right. You're preparing for the future.
I'm preparing for the future. It has to be a brand. I have to brand myself. We want to brand ourselves. And that's what we've been doing. So we started recreating everything. Like we started saying, okay, what's more beneficial? You know, we started doing our manteles with our logo. We started if you see my logo everywhere, bro, it's because I want to get it known, obviously. You know, my salsa bottles have my logo.
I've seen it, everything.
The containers that we put the salsa, the cebolla, cilantro, lemon, and all, it has my logo. My planchas have my logo. My guy's uniform has my logo. Hat, face mask, shirt, hasta los pantalones si quiero. No, I'm not going to do that yet, but, you know, if I wanted to, I'll even put my logo on their pants.
Yeah.
You know, everything has my logo. My trucks right now, one of my trucks is already wrapped up. I'm wrapping up my other trucks this week. Everything has my logo. Now, there's a rule that I was told one time, and I share this here and there. It's called the rule of 7. So technically, you know, a lot of marketing strategies say if you see something 7 times or more, it's gonna get stuck to you.
Yeah.
So if you walk up to my taco stand, you're gonna walk up to me, right? You're gonna see Tacos El Gueraso on my grill. That's one. You're gonna see Tacos El Gueraso on my guy's shirt. There's 2 guys. That's already 3 times. Tacos El Gueraso. You're gonna walk, turn around. You're gonna go to your salsa bar. You're gonna see Tacos El Gueraso on mantel. You're gonna see Tacos El Gueraso on the salsa bar, on the salsa bottles. You're gonna see Tacos El Gueraso on the picada containers. That's what we call the lemon ones and all that. And you're gonna see my business card. That's 7 times. And you're gonna see Tacos El Gueraso on my agua fresca jugs. So that's already 8 to 9 times.
Yeah.
At least that you're gonna see Tacos El Gueraso.
And if you're fucking hungry again, you're gonna go back and see that shit again.
Exactly. So everyone at the end of the party is gonna know who the heck Tacos El Gueraso is.
Right.
You get it? Because they already seen the name, and they're gonna see. Let's just say que un día they see a poster on the freeway, ¿cómo se llama? The billboard.
Yeah, billboard.
And they see a Tacos El Gueraso. Oh shit!
They're
That
gonna
guy's
know.
the one
They're
that
gonna
catered my cousin's quinceañera.
Right.
Because they're gonna remember. You know, all these big brands like McDonald's and all of them, bro. Why didn't they brand everything?
They know how to do it.
They brand their damn napkins.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes you don't even use I've been to restaurants where, you you don't even use half of the napkins that they give you.
But
you end up throwing them away. But, you know, it's an investment. And people, people are going to be like, oh, why don't they tell them right there, oh, you're doing it for free, the napkins. I mean, bro, you have to do what you got to do, you know? You got to brand yourself. And that's one thing that we do. We do. But again, it's not just about branding, because anyone can brand. It's about your person, your personality. How do you treat people? You know, I've seen people cater for people, and it's like they tag them or whatever. I'm like, bro, they don't even give the hype that I give of, you know?
Right.
Bro, like,
Yeah.
Like you could cater for whoever you want, bro, but if you don't create that hype with them, or you don't create that personality with them, bro,
it'll probably just be a one-off
it's
type
a
of thing.
one-time thing, or they'll hit you up here and there, but you're not gonna build that relationship with them.
Yeah. Has there ever been times where you feel like you're outgrowing, like, because in the beginning you would invest in the influencers, right? Which is not charge them or collab with them.
Yeah.
And then there comes a point where you're like, okay, cool. Like now I'm good. Now you have created your own brand.
Yeah.
Therefore now they should now get some sort of type.
It does happen. It has happened. But one thing that the type of person that I am, I'm a very grateful person. I'm a very, very 100% grateful person. If I've seen you have supported me, if I've seen that you've been real with me and not just use me, I'm going to still give you a hookup. I'm going to still discount.
100%.
Hey, bro, you know what? How much do you charge for 100 people? I charge $1,300. Te descuento $300 or 150 or whatever. Or sometimes I'll be like, hey, you know what, bro? No te voy a cobrar the mileage fee. Because right now, bro, gas is expensive.
Yeah.
So it's my price plus mileage fee. And so I'll be like, I'll discount you the mileage fee and I'll discount you $200-$300. Or I'll charge you, it's 100 people. Te doy el precio de 70 people, but also taking it for 100 people.
Right.
You know, and the people that are actually going to support you, bro, like the people that really support you from heart, that's when you're going to realize exactly who's there for you as a person or who's there to take advantage of you.
Right.
I'm not going to lie, bro. There's a lot of influencers or there's a lot of people that I cater for, bro. Cuando les di el precio, Bye bye. They're gone.
Late.
You know, but then again, it's like, why do you want people that are going to support you? Not being fake, but, you know, they're not going to support you for who you are. They're supporting you for their own benefit.
Right.
That's not right. You know, yes. I mean, when I started, bro, I started out of my house. I have pictures of how I started, bro. I started in a 10 by 15 storage shed. Not even. It was a smaller one. I have pictures. I have pictures of how I started everything. So I started in a little ass shack, bro. It was like a 5 by 8. Then from there, I went to a 10 by 15. And then from there, I went to my house garage. And then from there, we had a location where my wife used to have her boutique. It was a very cheap rent, bro. We paid $700 there. Damn. And it was cheap because my mother-in-law had that shop before. That shop was within us for about 12 years.
Damn.
So it was the same rent over and over and over. Nunca subió. My business started growing. Now, and I'm a straight up ass person. Now, for the location that I'm at, bro, I paid $3,500, bro. $3,500. Okay, I actually pay a little bit more, but it's 2 locations together, so it's me and my wife's business and her business with her little socias, and you know we kind of go at it together. But you know that's how much I pay now just for my location. Now, for example, here comes one. This month has been slow 100% compared to what I'm used to. And 1 week, bro, on a busy week, I'm doing about 15 to almost 20 events in a week, Monday to Sunday type of thing. Right now, bro, I'm not lying to you, bro. And I, like I said, I'm a straight up ass person. This Sunday, I only have 2 events. And there's like my rent's coming up. You know, now luckily, like I said, I'm always ahead of myself. Just in case. Imagine rent. This weekend's the 29th. El primero que sale siendo like Tuesday, Wednesday, let's just say more or less. What am I gonna do with those 2 events?
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna raise my house rent and then my store rent together? No. And then some people don't see that. So, you don't hook me on no more. Ya se le subió la fama. Bro, no es que se me subió la fama, bro. I got bills to pay.
Yeah, there comes a point where you're going to have to raise the prices.
What am I going to tell the landlord? Hey, bro, sorry, man. It's because I didn't cater for an influencer this weekend and I didn't charge him. So, can you give me a discount yourself? No, fool. Yeah. You know, like I had to cater for X amount of person. So, you know, I have to now, you know, it's part of a growing business. You escalate from level to level to level. I mean, también where I'm at now with the prices, I feel they're firm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna charge you $3,000 for 100 people.
Yeah,
Tampoco no voy a pasar, güey. Like I'm not Bad Bunny over here. You know, I'm not Bad Bunny Tacos. You know, I'm not gonna do that. But I feel my prices are legit for what I have.
Right.
You know, because you know people don't know this. I have my prep team. Okay, I have my prep team. I obviously have my guys that go out to the event. I always send at least 2 guys. Okay, I have my cleaning team, the guy that cleans all my dishes, and I also have my guy that cleans my grills and everything.
You have a whole operation.
I have a whole operation. I have a whole system. Plus, obviously, meat is very expensive right now, bro. Luckily, bro, what I pay for my meat is possibly more cheaper than what people pay at the markets, because obviously you can't compare wholesale price to market price.
So you get it at a
I have my own personal own personal carnicero and everything.
Okay.
He comes and he delivers my meat. I have my own personal tortillero. I have everything, bro. Like
shit.
People actually come to me and drop off my stuff. I just place the order. They come. They have the key to get into my shop. Boom. They drop it off. They put it away. They fix it, everything, and they're out. So I have a whole system, bro. I have a whole system of what I'm running. So the price that I'm charging. Okay, the price that I'm charging for what I charge now, I have to pay every single one of those persons. You know, under me, there's the carnicero, tortillero, my guy that goes to downtown to buy the produce. So that's a day of work. My guy that cleans the dishes, my lady that preps my stuff, my guy that cleaned my grills. The one guy cleans the grills, the pisos, the tanks, the tables. Everything's always freshly cleaned on a weekly basis. Okay, my 2 guys that I sent to my taquizas, and what else? Like maybe other little things that I have to buy. I have to cover 8 people's paycheck and 1 taquiza. And from there, lo que me queda is from, and my truck. You know, because I always have to put gas.
Yeah.
So that's like 9 things that I have to 100% cover in one price of taquizas.
Right.
And
people don't see that.
People don't see that. People, he's just a taquero. No, hell no, bro. If there's no food at your party, la gente se te va a enojar y se te va a ir.
Right.
You gotta be like, you can have drinks, of course. Drinks is the life of the party. But I mean, if you're fucking hungry, dog, you know? What do you go to a party for?
Yeah, fucking eat.
To eat. You know, all the time, siempre viene el señor, la señora que dice, hey, bro, I haven't eaten all day, bro, because, you know, I want to enjoy.
You hear that shit all the time.
All the time. So, you know, people are going to go to eat. You know, like when I had my posada for my guys for Christmas, one of our main things was, the food. We were not eating. We were waiting for everyone to get there. Siempre la gente siempre corre tarde.
Yeah.
So, bro, like, our thing was supposed to start at 7. It was 8:30, bro. No, nadie había comido. Bro, I promise you, the moment everyone started eating, bro, like, at first, se miraba como un cementerio. Everyone was, like, on
sad
the corner. Así, like, I hate you. I hate working with you. The moment everyone ate, dog, boom, empezó la fiesta.
Yeah.
Es que, it's
need
part
food.
of it. So, that's one of the reasons to the pricing that I have. And some people don't see it. Some people are going to accept it. Some people don't. I have clients, bro, that, they want to add this. They want to do that. They want to do that. And I give them the price. Okay, let's do it. Book. I appreciate every client. But those are the clients that, fuck, thank you for supporting me. Because, bro, hay gente que te compra que tacos, que luego they want to add carne asada, right? Because then they want to add hot dogs, and they want to add this. And I'm just like, damn. And I get scared at that point. I'm like, fuck, when I give them the price, I would see if they even want it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And I'm like, yes, thank you, God, because I know I'm expensive.
Yeah.
God.
Sometimes is it hard for you when you don't have that many events? Because that's happened to me. What happens to the team? Like, for instance, this month, like, I know that you guys have multiple teams. How hard has it been dealing with that?
Well, so pretty much the guys that I have a few people that are like 100% with me in the sense of like they work with me. They have priority in the sense because they're like my main guys, Monday to Sunday.
Right.
Now, luckily I have my people that they have their Monday to Friday jobs. So they only help me out on the weekends.
Okay.
So whenever I hire people, I let them know, it's going to be an on and off thing. It's most likely on the weekends. Now, if you agree to it, you're in the team. If you don't agree to it, well, then I can't do much about it.
Right.
Luckily, right now, bro, as of now, the team that I have right now, bro, it has been my best team so far, in a long ass time.
How many separate teams do you have right now?
I could do pretty much a total of 8 events in a day. So you're looking at 16 people.
Fuck.
16 people, yeah. So you're looking at 16 people.
And you have that many grills?
I have a total of like 12 or 13 grills.
Fuck.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them. Because I have the pink ones, when I do like the pink events, the blue one for the gender reveals. I have the urban setup one. I have the, we call it the hibachi grill, but I don't know if you've seen it when I do like the molcajetes with the fire. So I have that specific grill. Black grills, like the original traditional grills, tengo, son como unas 9, güey.
Damn.
9 of those, yeah. And I have them there, just ready because that's been a problem in the past. You learn from your own mistakes. Like, damn, bro, I booked 8 events today and I only had 7 grills. How am I going to do it? Si no se usan, no se usan, but they're all right there stacked up.
Ready to go.
I have enough dishes, everything for 8 events. Maybe a little bit, some dishes I have a little bit more, for an extra event si se llega a suceder, but I will still have to buy, more dishes. Now, right now, my biggest personal struggle, and this has been my struggle for the last year, maybe or so, is I don't have enough vehicles. So I deny people, bro. There's people that on the weekends, bro, I have to deny people. Like, literally. Let's just say this weekend I have 8 events. Okay, that's my capacity. The only way I could take more events is, for example, if there's somehow an event that's at 11 in the morning, which is very rare, and one of them is at night. Or, uno que se termina at 5:30 and the next one's like at 9. Then I could go ahead and hire an additional team. An additional booking because I don't have the cars. That's been my biggest struggle, has been vehicles. Always, bro. I've had that issue. I have a total of 5 cars. Now I have 2 guys that use their personal cars whenever we do taquizas.
But that would be a big overhead to have.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, right now, bro, I have 1 car que todavía lo pago, but all my cars, bro, no es por presumir aquí, but I pay the cash way. Okay. Porque what happens like this month? Imagine I had that big ass payment. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? If I have the money at the moment, I do it. All my cars are paid cash. The only one that's not paid cash is one of my vans because that's just it's a 2021, and that shit's expensive. I'm trying to show out, guys.
Con esa llegas tú, that's the one that you can show.
No, but it's expensive. Bro. Yeah, it was like $45.
Yeah, damn.
I don't have $45 just to drop like that in a car. You know? Because then they get messed up with. But that's my biggest struggle for me personally is my cars. I have the people, thank God. I have the equipment. It's just the cars. So that's why I'm telling you, bro, I deny people, bro. There's been times where for one specific event, I don't know, one specific day, no sé si la gente se pone de acuerdo que van a tener fiesta ese día, güey, pero fuck, I had like 20 to 30 years in just one day, bro.
Fucking sucks.
Bro, what's so special about this weekend, And I have my 8 events, way, and it's like 15 people, I'm not sin exagerar, like 15 people hit me up for that specific event. From those 15 people, I could promise you at least 6 of them are going to officially book. There's a lot of people that you send them price, they dejan on red.
Yeah.
Or I'll talk to my husband.
How's your strategy? Let's touch on that real quick. How's your strategy when they hit you up? You send them a price. Is that I do it because I want to kind of just weave out the ones that are not gonna pay.
Yeah.
So I give them the price directly, and then if they have more questions, then I know that they're one they could afford it, and then two they're really interested in it. So now it's just basically up to me to close it and to kind of soften it for them to close. Is that the same strategy you use, or
pretty much? I mean, I go like people ask me, hey bro, how much you charge for 100 people, and then I text them. This is how I start cutting people off. Not cutting people off, but I kind of like start I send them a thing where I said I need the date, the time, the address, the amount of people. Not the address, the city. November 15. And I already have 8 events.
So you already know,
like,
okay.
Okay, bro, I'm already fully booked at that. Because I don't want to lead someone and they're willing to book and then I'm already booked.
Right.
Then I look like the bad person because I had that experience. Like, then why you give me a price and this
Yeah.
and that, and you're not even available? I'm like, well, bro, I didn't even know your date. Now, one thing that I've learned and I've gotten already used to is it's okay if people don't book you. With me it's kind of hard to know if they're gonna not book or not. Like you said, there's sometimes where they kind of ask something, and you kind of like, okay, they're not gonna go through it. You kind of can see those people, but the thing is, I don't talk to people on the phone. I don't like talking to people on the phone because I used to do that on the phone. I used to book people through the phone, and certain things are said on the phone that are not gonna be said in the text messages, y luego se te va a olvidar. Se te va a olvidar, and you're gonna forget. Write it down. So I really cannot know. At this point, I really don't know people's expressions behind the screen.
Right.
You get me? Through the phone, you can hear it in their voice. Through the screen, you can't because you're just texting. But I learned that with my personal business that I just do strictly text messages or DMs where there's gonna be things that if you have a special request about something, you're gonna write it. Because you're not gonna talk to me on the phone and tell me. You're gonna write it like that. Don't forget. But there's people all the time, bro. When I know people are not gonna pull through is when they say, "Oh, let me talk to my husband." That's when I know that's not gonna pull through. Most of the time, if they hit me with, "I'm gonna talk to my husband or my wife or my baby daddy or my daughter's dad," most likely it's out of 10, bro. A 9, you're not gonna book. But it happens though. It's okay. Like I said, I understand. No soy para todos, soy, como dice mi suegro, no soy chico fácil. We're not. We're not for everybody. We're not. Whoever could afford it, could afford it. Some people understand why we charge what we charge, and some people won't understand. And I get it, but we're not in everyone's budget. If I was working from a 9 to 5 job.
You would hire
I would not hire Tacos El Gueraso. I'll fucking go to the señora and the señor that are in the corner and tell them, jefe, véngase y hágame tacos aquí en la fiesta.
I'll buy them me. I'll just pay you through the day.
$300, dog. I wouldn't even book me if I had a regular night.
Right.
Or if I didn't have the source of income to book it, bro. Because it's not
for everyone.
It's not for everyone. But like I said. Since I don't really do phone calls, I can't really differentiate unless once they write back or they just like it or they just put okay.
Right.
Once they just put okay, bro, I'm not even gonna write back to you because you're not gonna. Or they say thank you.
Yeah.
Because if they're really interested, they're gonna be like, oh, what's the next step?
Okay.
Or what can we do this? What can we do that? Then that's how I know someone's gonna really move forward with it. Pero it happens all the time, bro. Like there's times where I do, I have like 10 requests or even more. On the DM section. And whenever I have those requests, bro, out of those 10 people, let's go with a small number. Out of those 10 people, probably 2 or 3 book. The other people are just, oh, okay.
They're more like inquirers and just want quotes and stuff, looking around.
And they're like, oh, we're gonna shop around. I'm like, okay, well, you are gonna find someone cheaper than me. I know you're gonna find someone cheaper than me, so it's okay. But people come back though. Yeah. It's because sometimes, bro, it's about the quality. I'm like that. I'm like
quality and brand because a lot of people fuck with you. And that's
people do it for the brand, but it's also like you want to get with the quality. You get what you pay for. That.
Yeah.
I've experienced that myself.
Yeah.
Where we hire certain things or we go to certain places and we pay less than what we should have paid. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You get like I had a homie, his family member. They booked another taquero. Y dicen que las tortillas las estaban dando como crudas. It was just crazy, dog. Like they had a very bad, and they only paid like $300-400 for 50 people or more. I think like 100 people. I don't even know how much they charged. But I don't know how many people it was. But anyways, compared to what I was gonna charge them, bro, they were gonna get something. También, one thing I do clarify, we're not perfect. We do commit mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, there's things that we mess up on. You know, we're not perfect. We're not God. You know, we're not someone that, you know, there's complaints all the time. Not saying every single week, and thank God, but there is complaints. You know, where people don't like the certain flavor of the rice, or you know, or the meat, or the tortillas, or you know.
But that's like
salsa.
that happens.
But it happens though. You're not everyone's gonna be satisfied.
Right.
People are gonna hit you with the, oh, I tried better tacos. It's not even worth it. It's not even the hype.
Dude.
I mean, it is what it, I mean, I cannot do
shit's
much.
fucking
You know,
crazy.
I am a person though that I try to satisfy the person still. Be like, hey, you know what, boss, my bad. You know, if you allow me to make up for it, whatever we messed up on, you know, I'll do it. Some people accept it, some people don't. Some people still want to fucking be, you know, rude.
They just want to vent out.
Yeah,
That's
like,
there's
they
just
wanna,
those type of people.
and like they try to ask me for money back. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna give you money back. You know, like you paid for it. Like the service still got completed. Like maybe I'll probably, hey, you know what, I'll discount, I'll give you $50 back, $100 back, or something, depending on what it is.
How
But you know, I mean, you know, we're not. I mean, if I could be at all my taquizas, trust me, I will be at all my taquizas. But I can't be at all my taquizas.
Do you charge extra for you to be there personally?
I do, yeah.
That's good.
I do sometimes.
No, don't be fucking that shit.
Yeah,
like,
I do sometimes. But because the thing is, one thing, you know, like I said, I'm trying to build a system.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to be enslaved to my business. You know, I want to build a brand. Like, do you see Elon Musk working at a Tesla dealership?
Yeah.
He's not gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know, Jeff Bezos, are you gonna see him at the Amazon warehouse fucking wrapping up your order that needs to be turned in the next 2 hours? He's not gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know? So on the weekends, I hardly go to taquizas. Like, I hardly go. It's very rare. Like, this weekend that's slow, I'm gonna go, bro. There's no point in me paying somebody. Like, I'm gonna go myself, you know? Shit, I'm gonna go, dog. But yeah, I tend to not go to taquizas. And some people talk crap because I'm like, oh, I only do big events. But it's not that. I mean, I have to take care of the person, right? I'm not saying I don't want to take care of my other clients, right? I want to clear that. But it's more delicate. Or I go to very delicate clients.
I always say this, and I might get shit for this, but I always say, like, if there's a restaurant, right, and there's a lot of people eating, just hardworking people eating, and fucking Kim Kardashian walks in, or fucking, you know, they're gonna cater. I'm not gonna say more to them, but they're gonna be extra fucking careful. One, because the amount of exposure that they have can make the business 10 times better, or can also make the fucking business 10 times worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why, even to the influencer events, I want to make sure that I'm there, because that's one, they hire me because obviously of the personality, right? They hire you because of the personality, but also is because of the exposure. I want to make sure that I not take advantage, but make sure that I can do anything and everything possible to make sure I squeeze out that event.
You squeeze the lemon, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get more out of it for future events. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm like I said earlier, I'm very proud of my team, 100%. I could send everyone from my team to any influencers event today. I could, but they're not that they're not gonna do what I would do, but they're not gonna go as far as I would go.
Yeah, because you're the owner of the business.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the
not
owner
that they wouldn't want to,
right?
But you know, some people are not people's people. They're shy.
Yeah,
you know, they're not gonna talk to this ex person, you know, influencer, because you know they're shy. They get intimate.
Yeah.
I've learned to not get intimate no more. I was intimate at the beginning. If I used to fucking shake when I was serving, you know, when I was serving a certain person, bro, oh my God, bro, it's fucking, you know, I don't want to like point out one specific person, but I'm right there fucking, you know, serving. I was like that at the beginning, way, you know, but now I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, hasta los abrazo y todo, way, because, you know, that's how it has to be, way. Like, you cannot be a fan.
Yeah.
You know, you have to say, like, hey, what's up, dog? Hey, I like this guy. You know, a lot of people book me, again, because of my personality, you know, like they see that they're doing their thing in their parties, y yo ahí pues yo callado, güey, I'm not right there. Let me record what they're doing.
Right.
Like, you know,
let them do their thing. Let them do their thing.
They want to drink, they want to smoke, they want to whatever they want to do. Let them do it, and they see that.
That's one of the things that I've noticed about them, that they appreciate you just fucking be normal around
dog,
them.
like they see that, and I'm not right there trying to get TikTok famous because I see X and X person kissing, or I see them que se caen en la piscina.
Yeah, because we see shit.
Exactly, dog, you know? Es como los cantantes, güey. Obviously, they sing to narcos, güey.
Yeah.
You know? They sing to fucking big-ass people. You swear they're right there recording, hey, fuck, anda pinche video, güey.
Yeah.
You know? They're not gonna, you know? And that's why they keep on booking them, because compas de arranque, pues, you know? Like, he's cool.
Trust. I think the biggest thing is trust.
Exactly. You have to learn to build that trust. You know, like there's people, bro, that call me at fucking 2, 3 in the morning, güey. Hey, güero, cállale con los pinches tacos.
No, man.
They're all gone. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. There's sometimes I record and say, hey, you know what? Today no grabes. Handles for no trip.
Okay.
We'll be homies.
That's dope.
You know,
That's dope.
just take care of me whenever you can, güey. You know, like, you know, whenever I need ask you, hey, güey, promote me, handles. You know, and yeah, see, güey, it happens all the time. It happens all the time, güey.
Next question I wanted to ask to kind of wrap it up. What has been one of your biggest sacrifices in creating or into being to where you are right now?
Time, bro.
Time.
My family, my kids, bro. Like, I mean, you know, they're growing day by day. They're growing. Like, it was crazy because my daughter, she just turned 10, and it's like my daughter, like her talk is so like not professional, but she's like, you know, she talks like, you know, like a 10-year-old, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just remember when she used to stutter. You know, when I started my business, she was stuttering like that. You know, like, you know, she was stuttering.
Right.
My son, the same thing. You know, my son, I don't know if whoever doesn't know, but my son has a special syndrome that, you know, his speech is very backed up. Even him, he wouldn't even say a word. Now he says like the craziest words. I'm like, oh shit. Now he says this. It's time, bro. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I want to build a system, because I want to be able to spend whatever time I have left with my kids or my family. Yeah. You know, I don't want to be, like I said, Jeff Bezos is not going to be breaking his back at the fucking Amazon warehouse, you know, making sure that your order is there by tomorrow. He's not going to be there. He's fucking in, I don't know, wherever he's at, you know? That's how I want to be. I want to build that system. That's why little by little, yo me aparto de las taquizas. And if people really want me there, it is a price, because, you know, I'm taking that Saturday for my kids. I'm not saying I spend with them every single Saturday. No, I'll be at the shop. You know, I'll stay at my shop and I make sure that everything is out. Everything is done right. Imagine, bro, last weekend, like I told you, if I would have gone to a taquiza and the car would have broke down, what
who's going to handle? Yeah, you have to be there to handle that.
Obviously, my guys will do the most, but who was going to take them?
Yeah.
Nobody, because I wouldn't have no one. I was there, and I was able to take my guys, come back, and the other guys went to their crew. One of my taquizas was off at a certain time. They were able to pick them up on the way, y vámonos. You know, it was something that I just fucking...
Yeah,
it was
the system.
But imagine I didn't have someone there. What would have happened if I'm at a taquiza in Bakersfield? What am I going to tell my guys? Well, figure it out. They're not going to figure it out. You know, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I don't have just anyone right there standing there ready to go. But that's one thing I tell people: if you're gonna go all in now. Don't take baby steps. You know, even I tell it to myself. Even to this day, like I said, we're learning on a daily basis. You know, even right now, I'm learning. I took a lot of baby steps, like, little by little. It's better to go all in now, and be able to enjoy. You know, at least me, my kids sooner than going baby steps little by little.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. But what's cool is that, again, going back to your wife, that's so dope that you have someone like that, because a lot of times, like you're saying, we were talking a lot about it before. In order to do that, especially with kids, for me, like that's one of the hardest things to do, because your wife, at the end of the day, right now your wife hustles with you, right? Yeah. But my wife doesn't. So there's some people out there that doesn't have that same type of vibe with them, and for it's sometimes it is hard on the wife, you know, to deal with you not being there in the weekend, especially for us. We do weekend events. Well, I want to be with them, you know, and family parties. I want to be with them on Sundays, you know, but then sometimes we have to fucking do what we have to do. I always tell my wife, I'm like, I'm trying to bust my ass and my head is just going every single day. It just doesn't stop, you know, but it's for the future, and all this sacrifice that we're going through right now is going to be worth it. Hopefully, primero Dios, everything works out. And like you're saying, let's play smart, you know, and sometimes it's good to go in hard, and sometimes it's good to hustle, but there has to be a point where you start thinking, okay, is this sustainable for how long? I'm not going to be with the gimbal holding cameras when I'm 45, 55, you know? There has to be something else, you know?
Like those guys with the RVC account, that one act and shit. I still see those señores that kids are I'm like, bro, that's fucking back in 2000.
No, mames, when I first started doing the videography and I started doing weddings, I had my little camera, bro, and those shits were still a thing. Those cameras are, and they're not that big, but they're like the other bigger ones. And those were, and I would get discouraged. I'd be like, no mames, I'm right here with this little ass fucking gimbal. Yeah. And then like slowly but surely, like I started seeing the transition and like, oh, now all these guys have now the fucking stabilizer.
Like I said, fool, in that point, system, bro. Yeah. System. You have to build a system. I mean, you know, obviously I'm gonna still do catering, but bro, I'm not trying to be a caterer for the rest of my life, bro. Like I want Tacos El Gueraso to have restaurants. That's a goal.
Is that the next? Is that the next goal?
That's the next goal. Taquerias. I want to have something exclusive because I'm already considered like an exclusive taquero to an extent because I cater for influencers. I cater for celebrities. So I'm already considered exclusive. So if I open up a spot,
you'll have the support.
I want to, no, not just that, but I want to do something exclusive that makes you. Why do you want to go to Tacos El Gueraso and not the other taquero shop that's around the corner?
Right.
You get me? Like I want to do something that I want to go there. I want to go take my family there. I want to sit down and actually eat there. So that's why you have to build a system. Like that's number one, bro. A system. And I mean, I get it. If you don't have a supportive spouse, not saying that you don't personally, but you know, it I understand it. It gets hard. Trust me, I've seen it, bro.
Fuck, it sucks.
It sucks, bro. I bet it does, bro. And my wife is so supportive, bro, that it's crazy, bro. When I do certain influencers, my wife even pushes me to take pictures with them. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, you know, I'm taking a picture with this girl, and then my wife's like, shit, who the fuck is gonna tell her husband to take a fucking picture with her right now? You know, like my wife tells me to take pictures with certain people. I'm like, I'm even scared if I can even like take a picture, dog. Because I mean, I want to be respectful to my wife.
Right.
But my wife's like, take a fucking picture right now. Like, my bad, let me go take a picture right now, you know? But nah, I mean, my wife is very supportive in that sense, bro. But I mean, yeah, if you don't have that spouse support, I mean, I cannot say don't leave them either. You know, don't fucking be like, hey. But I mean, I don't know.
No, but I mean, that can be,
is pray.
But that can be a conversation though. That can be a conversation because I had to have that conversation. My girl right now is 100% supportive of me. Like she's she's down.
Or take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
You know, for example, let's just say I'm doing a big influencer this weekend, right? I'm not used to going to taquizas no more. So this Saturday, it just happens to be that I'm doing this influencers event and there's a family event, my personal family event. So I have to choose. Or I go to this influencers event or I go to my family event because it tends to always happen that everything always happens in the same fucking weekend.
Yeah.
So the way my wife tells me or the way me and my wife end up getting, you know, in that conversation is take advantage of this fucking situation. Make it worth you not coming with the family.
If you're gonna go, make sure you fucking do your thing.
That's one of the reasons why I even go to these. I have to go to these events because I have to make it worth it. Because what happens if somehow my daughter, I had already told her I was gonna take her to see the new Spider-Man movie, and somehow this big person hits me up. Like they barely hit me up. What's that fool's name? What's his name? The one that came out with that song "You're a Jerk." What's his name? It's a rapper. He's big. Soulja Boy. Yeah. They literally just hit me up for Soulja Boy, like barely, and it didn't come through. But I mean, it's cool. That day, fool, I had another, you know, thing to do with my family, and it was gonna be hard, fool, because I had already promised my kids I was gonna do something, and then I was gonna go cater for Soulja Boy. If that would have happened, what was I gonna do then?
Yeah, that's tough.
I get into Soulja Boy's fucking stories, my boy. That's it, my boy Drake and all these other people, whoever.
Drake?
Or whoever. I don't even know if they get along or not. Whoever, you know, whatever rappers, all these people are gonna see it. Yeah. Oh, damn.
It's another level.
You know what I mean? It's a whole ass different level. You know, so it's like, it was gonna be a very hard choice. But obviously, if I sat down with my wife and, hey, you know what, babe, this and this is gonna happen, I'm gonna go with Soulja Boy. You know, she's gonna be like, fuck, I don't even want to go, you know, but no, she's gonna be like, just make sure it's fucking worth it.
Right.
You know, so that's one thing, you know, I tell people, build a system and make sure whatever you're gonna do is actually worth it.
If you're sacrificing time with all that stuff,
might as well do it. It's like if you go to the gym, like yesterday, bro, I went to the gym last night and I was really late. I really did not want to go, but I literally drove my ass to the gym. Okay, it's about 15 minutes away. This gas is not cheap. And I'm sitting out there like, fuck, I don't even want to walk in. You know, I don't even want to walk in, bro. I see the treadmill just staring. I see the fucking incline on the treadmill. Some fool right there. He's like all the way up here in the incline. I'm like, fuck, bro. 15 minutes just standing there. You know, you start thinking, Mom, I already drove over here.
Yeah.
I'm already here. Might as well just get off the damn car and go make it.
Fucking go.
You know, I'm already here. Like, make the best of it. What are you going to do, drive back and waste gas? Waste time? No, like, you know, it has to be all worth it. But, yeah, number one thing, as I tell people, bro, is number one is God. Always. No matter what, God comes first. Put him as your foundation, and everything will be successful. It doesn't matter who doesn't believe in you. As long as you believe in yourself, bro, that's what matters. If you have the perfect spouse next to you, bro, take advantage of them, take care of them, you know, but like make sure that you actually, you know, take advantage of the situation. And you know, I don't want to sound rude. You know, I'm not saying I'll take advantage of my wife, but you know, take advantage of the situation.
Be grateful that she's supportive. Be grateful
because not anyone has it. You know, number 3, build a system. Make sure you build a system. And 4, go all in, bro. Go all in, because if you don't go all in, bro,
take the jump.
Like, imagine, bro, I'm 7 years in and I don't have a restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, I have my own battles, bro. I was like, why the fuck do I not have a restaurant?
Right.
I'm 7 years in. You know, imagine if I would have opened up a restaurant in 2019, 2020, when obviously the pandemic messed everything up. But if I would open it when I was doing all these influencers, well, how would my fucking restaurant be, way?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know some guy named Teddy's Red Tacos. No. I don't know if you heard of it. Okay, well, search him up, bro. He did a Super Bowl. He did a Super Bowl commercial, I think back in 2009 or 2018. I don't know when it was. Bro, from that moment, my boy, this nigga opened up loncheras. He opened up restaurants, bro. His team blew up, bro. This man literally had lines around, like circling, bro, just to get into his restaurant because he did a ESPN commercial for the Super Bowl.
Damn.
Like, search him up, bro. His story's all over Instagram. Teddy Red Tacos. His tacos are good. I don't know him personally, but you know, it's like if you're in the industry, you kind of get to see. Right. You kind of try to see what they do and stuff. So he's one of the guys that I look up to. Like, he literally took advantage of the situation and he opened up a lunch. Maybe he put in all his savings. I don't know him. You know, I don't know. Maybe he got an investor, whatever it was. I messed up right there. Because when I was like, I'm not saying I'm not popping, because I'm still popping, but there was a moment, bro, where every fucking corner, let me get a picture with you, bro. That's where I messed up at that point. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. There's still time. You're still young. But imagine if I would have done it a year ago. Obviously, the pandemic messed me up. Yeah. Because the pandemic, no one was opening. Shit, you couldn't even sit down in a damn restaurant. Yeah. You know? You couldn't even, you were barely able to get to go.
But maybe it was for a reason. I mean.
No, I believe in that.
The overhead of a restaurant could have kind of fucked you up even more.
Yeah, I believe in everything happens for a reason and everything has its time. But, you know, that's what I mean by take advantage of the situation. Go all in, or just don't go.
Yeah, don't go in scared. Yeah. Because, I mean, you go in scared, but fuck, be confident and trust yourself that
I started off scared, bro. Like I told you, like I was scared to cross that line. Yeah. Now I cross that line without my wife even telling me to cross the line. You get what I mean? There was a point where I wouldn't make the move till my wife gave me that push. Right. Now I have even events on the weekdays because I make contracts with companies and this and that. Like, now it's not just parties, bro. It's corporate events. Yeah. Corporate events te pagan. Yeah, ahí sí pagan. Ellos pagan feria because they want to do like tax write-offs and everything. Yeah. They don't care if you charge them $5,000-$6,000, güey. Yeah. They hasta te quieren dar hasta propina, güey. You know, because they want to do it on the tax write-off. They don't want to pay that much taxes. But yeah, man, that's what I tell people all the time, bro. That's dope. Well, here you guys got it. I mean, Tacos El Gueraso. I mean, thank you for coming again. I appreciate it. I enjoyed your story. I didn't know what it took for you to get to that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people learned a lot of good information and good tips. So I'm gonna leave his links down below, down in the descriptions, for you guys to go check out his pages. Is there anything that you wanna tell him? Anything you got coming up? Well, in the sense of like coming up and stuff, I mean, primero Dios, this year, 2022, bro, we actually open up a spot. That's one of my main goals this year. So if we do open up a spot, I hope I see your guys' support there. One thing, and I want to, if you get to see this podcast to the end, one thing I always tell people, bro, I accept any type of support. Whether it's a like, whether it's a comment, whether it's a share, whether it's you might not book me, but you recommend me, whether you actually book me, whatever it is, any type of support, I accept it all. I see it all as love and support. So I'm very appreciated with everyone to this day. I'm very happy and satisfied with the way people have supported me. I have more support than hate to an extent. Yeah. Because there's always going to be that. But sometimes the hate does get more to you than the support. Yeah. But, at the end of the day, I'm very grateful for those that actually do support till this day. Like, from the beginning, the one that has stopped supporting, everyone has had their time of support. And till this day, I'm always going to be grateful. All right. You heard it here, guys. Tacos El Gueraso. See you guys next time.